Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me. I'm Cheryl. This is Your Journey Yoga. I hope you're doing spectacular, my friends. Today, we're going to spend some time on those hips. All too often, I think pretty much every class I teach, I have somebody say, hips, please. Can we get into those hips? Yes, we're going to get into those hips today. So if you are really tight in those hips, guys, know that it's okay to modify. It's okay to sit up on a bolster or a pillow or a blanket. Anytime that we're in a seated position, that will help alleviate some of that intensity and allow your body to relax a little more easily into whatever pose we're in. So supporting when we're in pigeon, supporting when we're in easy pose right here. So I will give you those cues. So if you do have a pillow or a blanket or a bolster handy, bolsters might be kind of big when we get into pigeon and that kind of thing, but a block is perfect, or a pillow that's couple inches depth. So whatever you need, and you can always adapt and change. Blankets are always great. Towels are always great because you can adjust how much cushion you have. So grab what you need and let's get started. So in easy pose, sitting on that bolster, pillow, towel, whatever it is, if you need to, otherwise on your bum. And let's clear away some of that flesh from those sit bones and sit up nice and tall with a big shoulder roll up and back. And let those shoulders slide down and away. And I just want you to check in. What's that intensity level as you're just sitting here with those legs crossed? Where are you feeling tension and tightness? Is it in that outer hip and in those glutes? Or is it through the groin and through the inner thighs, inside the hip? So checking in. And then we're going to see if we can let go of some of that. Relax those hands. Close your eyes. Just find a place for your hands to rest. And breathe. Nice big deep breaths. So most of the work that we're going to do today is going to be down on our mats. We might transition up to the knees a bit, but most of it's going to be down low. So I want you to really focus on the length and the depth of each breath you take today. We do every day. But particularly, I want you to send that breath into those hips today. Keeping those eyes closed, just slowly walk the hands forward and stopping wherever you need to stop. If you can extend those arms all the way out, extend them out. If you need to stack the hands, stack the hands. If you need that bolster out in front or an additional pillow for that tummy and chest to rest on, for your forehead to rest on, let it happen. Let your body sink. Let go of expectations or what you think should happen. And just be present in what's happening right here and feel all the feels. Now slowly walk those hands back up. And we're going to take that right foot and we're going to sweep it around behind, sitting in a letter Z, if you will. So those knees are bent. We're going to sit up nice and tall. I want, best you can, pelvis facing front, chest tall, shoulders facing front, and just take those arms out to the side, kind of almost propping yourself up so that you can sit even taller. And we're just going to turn and take our gaze out over that right shoulder, back through to center, and then out over that left shoulder. So as we start to move the head, letting go of that intensity through those hips and the knees, inhale back to center, lean that right ear towards that right shoulder. Now if it feels good to you, extend that left arm out. Just reach it a little bit, lifting those fingertips off the ground, and then slowly bring it back to the mat. We lift that head back to center, and then take it to the other side. Left ear, left shoulder. And slowly begin to lift those fingertips, extending through those fingertips, reaching through the arm. Hello, neck and shoulder. And gently release that hand back to the mat. And lift your head back to neutral. Let's walk those hands forward, right out over the shin. Stacking your hands or stacking fists. A little different than in our easy pose. So again, you can use your block. You can have a pillow out in front, a blanket. Or you can just surrender all the way down. So noticing kind of there's this guarding that happens when you first come into a pose. Your body like tightens up to support and protect. As we hold in our poses, the body's like, oh, okay. You're not going to push too far too fast. I think I can relax a little bit. That's exactly where we want to get to, surrendering into our poses. And let's once again walk those hands back up. Inhale, reach to the sky. Place that right hand to the outside of the shin. Take it up and over. Oh, nice. Inhale, reach to the sky. Left hand comes down, right arm up and over. Reach, 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 reach. Oh, and just lean in as far as feels good. Let's do that one more time each way. Take it up and over. So nice. And back we go. And back to neutral. And we're going to switch to the other side, sweeping that right foot around, left foot around, and we are in the other side, that Z pose position, and we extend those arms out. So just noticing what you feel. Where is that tension? Where's that tightness? Where's that resistance? And just own it, okay? And then let it go. We're going to take that breath and we're going to send it right into wherever you need it to be. So maybe it's not the hips, maybe it's the knees, maybe it's the ankles, maybe it's your lower back. So send it where you need it. Core is strong and lift your gaze. Extend those arms, take a big breath in. And as you exhale, turn and take your gaze out over that left shoulder, just as far as you can turn your head. That feels good through the neck. Inhale it back to center. And then exhale, turn and take your gaze out over that right shoulder. And bring it back to center. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, lean that head to the left. Feel that stretch through the neck and the shoulder. And if it feels right to you, start to lift those right fingertips. Lengthening through the fingertips. Too intense, guys, bring the hand back down. And gently release those fingertips back to the mat. And we lift that head back to neutral. Now let's take that right ear towards the right shoulder. Oh my goodness. It's amazing to me sometimes that you don't even realize how badly you need a stretch until you get there. And then slowly extending and lifting those left fingertips. Close your eyes if you like. And gently release the fingertips, lifting that head back to center, and let's walk the hands forward. So some days, guys, practice can feel amazing, and other days you can be like, wow, that was rough. Even if it's the same practice, but a different day or a different hour. That's part of one of the wonderful things and frustrating things that can happen with yoga, is that you bring with you all of the good, all of the challenges, all of the negative energy onto your mat, and then hopefully letting go of the negative, letting go of the resistance, and finding some positive energy, healing energy. And by the time you leave your mat, feeling a whole lot better. And let's slowly walk those hands back up. Left hand takes a hold of that left shin. Right arm reaches to the sky. Lower that right arm just a bit and then take it up and over. Oh, yes. Variation of mermaid pose. Take it up and over. Right hand comes down. Left arm up and over, or merman. Breathe. Inhale it up and over. Oh, and we're going to do that one more time to the right. Up and over, just feels good, you guys. So nice. And up and back. And let's take that left leg and sweep it around and cross to the top of the knee. Sitting up nice and tall. Once again, squaring, pelvis to the front, shoulders to the front, chest to the front. And just sit up nice and tall. Work to get that left sit bone to find the earth. If you can't quite, it's okay. Just do your best and breathe. Feel the length in your spine. Find that breath. You can close your eyes and just focus your energy wherever you need it. Now we're going to bring that left hand behind us. We're going to cross that right elbow to the knee. I want you to sit up really tall and then turn and take your gaze out over that back shoulder. Find your breath. Pressing against the knee with that right elbow just as much as feels good to you. So not only are we getting into those hips, but we're also getting that stretch in that lower back. And gently release, coming back to center. And let's switch sides. Taking that right foot up and over, and again, sitting up nice and tall, just holding on to that right knee and really working to find that left sit bone back down to the earth. Can you sit up really tall and find that breath? Slow it down. Feel that length in that lower back so that we're not hunching over and sinking in, but really lifting and lengthening. Now we bring that right hand around behind us. We bring that left elbow to the top of the knee and lift through the crown of the head. As you press, we want to make sure that we get space between each of those vertebrae before we twist. Turn your gaze out over that back shoulder. Breathe slow and steady. And let's gently release that rotation, turning back to face front. And we're going to turn and take that right leg straight out over the top of the mat. Left leg is going to stay tucked under us. So this is going to be pretty challenging. Option is to have that bolster underneath you. It's going to give you a little extra lift already. So this is mobility through the hip. It is also core strength and leg strength. Extending those arms out in front, you're going to kind of use that front heel to pull you forward. Leaning those hips forward. I'm going to scoot back on my mat just a little bit. And then we're going to sit it back, controlling. We come up, step it forward, and lean in. Oh, that's nice. And what do you feel? Through the groin, through the hip. We keep tall through the chest, strong through the belly, and we sit it back. So that right foot's going to move forward and back. We take it up, we step it forward, and we lean in. Let's do that one more time. Sit it back. Is that challenging to get up? It can be, for sure. Let's stay here. Breathe. Releasing that right hand to that right knee. Left arm circles up and back. Opening up the belly. Oh, so nice. And lift it tall. Let's go ahead and sit it back. And we're going to switch sides. So now extending left leg out, right foot tucks under. Arms are extending again. You can sit up on that bolster. That's going to give you a little extra elevation, give you that little boost. Otherwise, stay down low and let's come forward. And we lean it forward. Oh, that feels good, yeah? And then go ahead and sit it back. So mobility and strength. A little bit of balance. We come forward. Big step forward with that left leg. Lean in. So we're opening the pelvis. We're leaning in. We're getting this beautiful stretch. Go ahead and sit it back. We're going to do that one more time. Bring it up. Step it forward. Lean it in. We hold here. Placing that left hand to the left knee. Right arm extends out and up. Breathe. Stretching through the chest, through the belly, through those hips, through the groin, hip flexors. Inhaling it back up, and let's go ahead and sit it back down. Nicely done. Let's bend those knees. You can go ahead and slide forward just a little bit if you need to. Knees are going to remain bent. And let's cross. Right foot up and over that left knee, bringing the hands behind us. We're going to sit ourselves up nice and tall. Now this can be fairly intense, so really listen to your body. Feels good to you? Pull that left foot in a little bit more and prop yourself up. So one thing we want to notice is if are we all of a sudden sinking into our shoulders and losing our neck, you want to find your neck. And you can be up on your hands, you can be on your palms, whatever feels good to you. And just breathe. So we never want our intensity to get above an 8, so just be mindful of that. We're going to rock the knees just side to side. So if you need to adjust, back off a little bit, absolutely fine. Just make sure that you keep that neck. Keep reaching through the crown of the head. Let's come back to center. Let's back it off just a smidge so that we can wrap the crook of the right elbow around the knee and around the outside edge of your foot with that left elbow. And we're going to pull the leg in nice and tight. Find your breath, keep that length in the spine, and let's lean it back just a little bit. You feel that in that right hip? Yes. If you like, a little challenge for your core, lift your foot. that left foot comes off the mat, maybe extend that left leg and flex your foot. Core is strong. That's what's supporting us. All the while getting that really nice stretch in that right hip. We bend that left knee, place the foot back down, and release that right leg. Extend it all the way down. And let's transition that right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Flex your left foot, reach to the sky, turn towards that left leg, hinge it forward, reach it out, and release it down. Lower back, hip, hamstring, calf. Guys, I want these poses, these stretches to feel so good you just want to groan, like after a good meal. I know they can be challenging, but your body just craves them. It craves movement, you guys. When we stop moving, all things go downhill. Inhale, reach it out. Sit up nice and tall. Crossing that left hand over to that right knee. Right arm extends up and over. Stretching that QL region in the spine. All the way through the ribs and the waist. Into those hips. So nice. Inhale, reach it up. Circle that right arm around behind you. Extend left arm to the sky. Point your left toes. Lift those hips and reach it back. So good. A variation of a wild thing. And slowly lower it back down. And let's switch it sides. So bending that right knee, left foot crosses over the right knee, and we're just going to prop ourselves up. Sitting up nice and tall. Giving a little love into that left hip. So you can adjust as you need to, pulling that foot out and away, or pulling it in tighter. As you pull it in tighter, it's going to influence that stretch. Yep, it's going to make it a little more intense. Make sure that's the right place to be. You can close your eyes and just be present right here. Feel all the feels, right? Let's back that foot off just a little bit and just gently rock those hips side to side. A little mobility while we stretch can be a very different sensation as well. So that intensity might go through the roof when we start moving in that stretch. So just be mindful, be kind, as you always hear me say. Mindful movement and being kind to yourself, coming back to center. Let's wrap the crook of that right elbow around the foot and the crook of the left elbow around the knee and pull it in nice and tight. Sit up tall, lengthen through the crown of the head, and then let's slowly lower back. As you lean back, engaging those core muscles more, lengthening, draw those shoulder blades towards one another, shoulders down and away. If you like, lift that right foot. Maybe extend that right leg and flex your foot. Breathe. So as that leg is hovering, we're kicking in those hip flexors, those quadriceps, those lower abs. You feel them? Pretty awesome. Our bodies are pretty amazing machines. And when we take good care of them, they work pretty hard. Yeah, and pretty efficiently and effectively. They're pretty crazy. I love it. I love the human body. It's just amazing. Bending that right knee, gently releasing it down. Of that right leg, flex your feet, reach to the sky, turn towards that right leg and hinge it forward. Now, if having that foot on the thigh doesn't feel great, transition it to the inside of the thigh and just hinge it forward. The more you work to center that upper body, the more you're going to feel this in that lower back. Again, hopefully so good you just want to groan. Inhale, reach it out. Sit up nice and tall. We cross that right hand over to that left knee. Left arm extends up and over. Reaching. Breathe. Inhale it back up. Circle that left arm around behind you. Right arm reaches to the sky. Point those right toes. Press and lift those hips to the sky. Arch it back. Lengthen. extend. Feel that stretch in the belly, through the hips, through the hip flexors. And releasing it down. And let's sweep. Right knee in, right foot in, left leg goes long. And we come into Pigeon Pose. So here in Pigeon Pose, if you need a little support, placing that block, that pillow, that towel, right underneath that right hip. And breathe. If we need to bring those hands down just a bit, bring the hands forward, getting that arch out of the back a bit. Just checking in. Pigeon Pose can be a challenging pose, but also a very rewarding pose. Let's come down onto the forearms. Lengthen through the crown of the head. So again, if you need support, guys, it's about letting go and surrendering in. So if you feel like you're completely locked up and your muscles are all tense because you're kind of supporting yourself and it's hard to get down, it is hard to get down. So don't be hard on yourself. Give yourself some grace, support, and breathe. Let's come all the way down to Sleeping Pigeon. Stacking those hands and just relaxing the weight of the upper body down. And let's slowly walk those hands back up. And we're going to sweep that left leg forward. Extend it out. Untuck that right leg. And we pull that left foot in. Right leg goes back. And we come into Pigeon Pose on the left side. So again, if you need to support, shift that blanket, that pillow underneath that left hip, along the thigh, wherever you need to, where it's supporting you. And breathe. Again, if you need to bring your hands forward to get some of that arch out of the back, make it happen. Checking in. What are you feeling where? So I'm feeling it in my hip flexor big time today, which is never a bad thing, right? We always want those hip flexors to be happy. How about you? Is it the hip? If it's pain in the knee, guys, adjust. We don't want there to be pain. We just want it to be a good, kind of dull, achy stretch. That means we're getting some good stuff done. Let's come down onto those forearms. Nice release in that lower back. Do you need to adjust that block or your blanket? Adjust it if you do. And just breathe. And if you like, we come down onto those forearms or the hands and relax the weight of your head. Sleeping Pigeon. Oh, yes. What a beautiful place. And let's go ahead and walk those hands back up. And we sweep that right leg around. Extending both legs out long, remove that pillow or that bolster or that blanket, whatever you may have, to sit up nice and tall. Flex your feet, reach to the sky. And as you exhale, lengthen and hinge it forward. Release your hands and relax the weight of your head. Inhale, reach it out. Sit up nice and tall. Lower your arms to shoulder height. Soften your feet and slowly roll yourself down. And relax. We draw one knee in towards the chest and then the other. We're going to lift those feet, soles of the feet as though we're standing on the sky. And we're going to open up those knees just a little bit wider than the width of your rib cage, reaching up, taking a hold anywhere along the legs or the outside edge of your foot. And then we're going to gently press those knees towards the ground as you press your tailbone towards the mat. Working to lengthen the spine and feel each and every vertebra against the earth. Shoulder blades against the earth. Hips, groin. Great way to release through that lower back. Actually a fair amount of core work going on here and strength in the arms and shoulders. Now release the intensity and just rock side to side. Let those legs just do whatever they want to do. Just play with it. And that dead bug or happy baby, we can play with it and just make it fun. And we come back to center, drawing the knees in towards the chest. Let's keep that right knee tucked in and extend that left leg out and down. Right arm extends out to a T, left hand to the outside of the right knee, and gently pull your leg across your body. Keeping both shoulders on the mat. Turn and take your gaze out over that right arm. Breathe. Close those eyes. Find your breath. Releasing that left hand, rolling back to center. We're going to take that left hand and we're going to reach down and take a hold of the ankle. And we're going to take that right hand to the top of the knee and just give it a gentle press away. So our reclined pigeon, if you will. As you press that right knee out and away, and you can seriously take a hold anywhere you like. I just don't want you to pull on your foot. So just taking a hold at the ankle or above, and then pressing away with that right hand. Breathe. Release the intensity, and then once again engage. Release and engage. So mobility through that hip joint. Release and engage. Release entirely. Extend that right leg to the sky. Point your toes, little external rotation through that hip, and then slowly lower your leg down. And allow it to come to rest. Pulling that left knee in, left arm extends out to a T, right hand to the outside of the left knee, and gently pull your leg across. Keeping both shoulders on the mat, turn and take your gaze out over that left arm. So good, you guys, for the lower back, for the hip, for your internal organs. This is amazing to help digestion, mood improvements, just the overall homeostasis of your body, guys. It just brings it back to balance, wringing out negative energy, tension, tightness, anxiety. Let those eyes be soft. Let your breath just flow. Releasing that right hand, rolling back to center. We reach down with that right hand, taking a hold of the ankle, left hand to the inside of the knee, and just give it a gentle press away as you pull that foot in. So we're using the strength of those arms, and we're hoping to let go of some of that tension in the hips. And again, you can take a hold anywhere you like. Just make sure that you're not pulling on your foot. So you're at the ankle or above it. Now as you inhale, release the intensity. And then exhale, re-engage. Press it away. Pull that ankle in. Release the intensity. And then press it away. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, release it. And exhale, press it away. Re-engage. Release it. Draw that knee in. Extend those arms out to a T and extend that left leg. Point your toes, little external rotation through that hip, and slowly lower your leg down. And allow it to come to rest. Let's draw the soles of the feet together. Heels come up towards your bottom, opening those knees out wide. Rest your hands to your hips. Breathe. So guys, we could spend all day just working on those hips, but one thing is you don't want to overdo. So we want to remain kind, right? And gentle. Bringing ourselves back to balance, that homeostasis, right? So when we overwork the joints, the muscles, the ligaments, the tendons, the fascia, they're not super happy. So it's about finding that balance where we work it just enough, and then we give it some love and some rest. And we allow the body to assimilate all the work that we've done. So if you're feeling like, man, I could just keep going, my hips still want more, tag on another video, you guys. Absolutely yes. Or if you're like, that felt so good with my hips, I want to move into my neck and my shoulders. Absolutely yes. But it's about listening to your body and what's right for you. And as we close our eyes and breathe, you can choose to stay right here. You can draw those knees together, pull the knees in, interlace your fingers, and let your hands just gently pull those knees in. Or you can extend those legs out nice and long, opening the palms to the sky, receiving loving energy. Perhaps you prefer to be seated. Make whatever adjustments you need to make and find a comfortable place. We're going to give ourselves just a few moments to breathe, to let the body be still, and to let that energy just flow. Our mind is clear. We feel strong and healthy. We recognize the importance of taking care of ourselves inside and out. Noticing the shift in our energy, a little more positive, a little more calm. Take that with you today, wherever you go. And my friends, I will leave you here to relax and to breathe, to celebrate stillness for just a few more moments. Light and love to you, my friend, and namaste.